Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Tim. I am the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, and today is Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. And that means two things. Number one, it's time for another Fast Friday video. That's where I take a few minutes and share just a little nugget of home gym goodness with you that'll get you through the weekend. And number two, it's where I prove to all the people out there who think I can't make a video shorter than an hour that I can make a video shorter than an hour. In fact, a heck of a lot shorter than an hour. So let's get to it. Today I've got something really cool to show you. It's this guy right here. It's called an Eclipse Grip. It's by my friend Matt Porter over at Porter PhysEd. I will put links to his Instagram account and website down below. These aren't affiliate links. He's not paying me to do this. The only thing I get by you going over to his website is I know you are going to get some really cool stuff. So Matt made his name making accessories for the Bells of Steel cable tower. He's really expanded into some more universal stuff, and this is one of the things he's made recently that I absolutely love. So I wanted to show you guys. So ever since I got my Fringe Sport Dane 2.0, I have been buying cable attachments. And cable attachments for me are either hit or miss. The interesting thing is they're not always that expensive, so you can kind of just buy them here or there. But the other thing is that I find myself buying a lot that I don't end up using. So this one is different than those in two ways. Number one, it's kind of expensive. Second of all, though, I actually use it all the time and I love using it. I'm not looking for a better version. I don't think there is a better version. So let me show you A, why it's worth what he charges for it, and B, why I use it every single day. So what this is it's a single handle cable attachment. Now you might have seen some that look similar to this, but I'm going to show you how this is a little bit different and why I think it's better than most of the ones on the market, if not all of them on the market. So let's take a look at this kind of top to bottom, and we'll start with the fact that Matt was cool enough to make me a pair in GymCrafter green. So cool thing about Matt being a small creator and a small fabricator is he can do a lot of custom stuff, do a lot of one-off stuff. So I know he's got a few custom colors up on his website. I know I've seen red out in the wild. I've seen he's got a set of purple ones which look really sweet. These green came out really good. I love the fact that he can customize these to your gym. And outside of that, so let me show you why I like using them aside from the color. Number one, this bottom plate right here really fits to your hand really well. And what I like about that is some of the attachments like this, they just have a flat disc that screws on the bottom. And that tends to be pretty uncomfortable. To add to that, and I wish I had them for this video, but I don't have them just yet, Matt is making these little leather grommets that are going to sit on top that will not only pad this a little bit, but will form to your hand and really make this something that really just fits in your hand. Some of the cable attachments that you'll find, they always feel kind of awkward, and what I really like about these is they fit in my hand really nicely. Part of the reason they do that isn't just the base itself. It's how thick this handle is. This is a nice, wide, thick handle. I think sometimes what happens is you'll see people make similar things, but they're real skinny, and they become uncomfortable to hold on to. This shouldn't be the same size as a barbell, right? It should be thicker. You're trying to get a good purchase on this to pull on the cable, and having that wide handle actually helps a lot. On the handle is probably some of the best knurling I've felt as far as cable accessories go. It's not super aggressive, but it's also not really passive. It's real sticky and just kind of sticks in your hands. It reminds me a little bit of the American barbell knurl. It's got a very high TPI, so the points are small and close together. So again, it just kind of sticks in your hand. It's really perfect for this type of cable attachment. The biggest design element for me is how long this is. What you'll see in a lot of these types of attachments is they're much longer. And the problem with that, and I'll show you on this guy right here, is when you're attached to the cable, the closer the cable connection point can be to your hand, the less torque this way or sideways you get from the attachment. A lot of the longer ones, what happens is if you want to do, if you want to pull something straight, it's not an issue. But if they're taller, all of a sudden, when this connection point is much higher, they're really pulling on your wrist and they're really pulling on your hand, and it makes it difficult to use. This is why maybe you've done this. I know I've done this before. You'll see a lot of guys in the gym, what they'll do is especially like for reverse flies, they'll come and they'll grab the cable itself just by the ball, and they'll do it that way. The reason for that is they're putting this cable connection point as close to their hand as possible. It's a much more comfortable movement because as you go through the fly, it's hard to keep your hand perfectly in line with the cable. You're gonna come off axis a little bit, especially as you come down here. and you'll notice this cable is pulling right across. So if this is way out here, that becomes really hard to do, and you start working your wrist and your forearm, when really what you're trying to do is work your back. So this, how short this is, how wide this is, how comfortable this is, makes them really, really comfortable to use and makes them actually very, very effective. I want to show you another exercise that my friend John Greaves showed on his channel with these, because he's got a set of these that he really likes, is because they're this close, you can actually put this down low and do curls with these and come up as a hammer curl, but then when you get up, rotate your hand on the inside. Now, if this was really long, you wouldn't be able to do this with a heavy curl, but because of how these are situated, what you can do is bring this up, and when you turn your hand and the resistance kind of pulls your hand a little bit, you're really getting some really good activation in your bicep. John knows the actual name of this exercise. I'm just gonna call it the John Greaves III cable curl with the Eclipse grip. But John showed those on his channel, and I've been doing those ever since I got my pair from Matt. So that's one thing you can do with them, which is really, really cool because they're short. But really anything where you are putting these in your hand, and if you're doing kind of forward pulls for your triceps, or anything where you're kind of doing some overhead stuff like this, there's a ton of different stuff. So anything I do now with my triceps, I use these. Anything I'm doing with any type of kind of that type of movement from high, medium, or low, I'm doing that, the reverse flies. So I'm using those for those, I'm using those for the curls. Really anytime I just want a single grip on the end of the cable, I'm popping these babies out and they work really, really well. And what I used to use is I used to use like D handles or like fancier D handles, or I do have one of the ones that look like this, but they're longer, and it was never comfortable. And those are all just sitting in a box right now, not getting used. So while those were a lot less expensive, I actually use these, and I did buy these. Matt didn't send them to me. I did purchase them, and that's how much I like them, and I would recommend you do the same. So again, the link will be down below. It's not an affiliate link. I don't make anything from it. Like I said, I'd love for you guys to check these out because they're really cool. Now, one last thing that will make your weekend this much better, and will make, even if you don't get the Eclipse grips, if you've got cables in your gym, you need to know about these. Now, you probably saw how quickly I attached this handle up here, and I want to show you something else. Watch how quickly it comes off. Boom, it's off, baby. So this is something also that Matt showed me. I know Matt's not the only one to show these, but this is where I learned from it. This is called a swivel shackle. And what a swivel shackle is it's a sailing accessory. They're rated to like well over 1,000 pounds, so they work really well. But I don't use carabiners at all anymore on my cables because I have these. You basically attach one end on. It's not permanent, but it's on there. And the other end is just a pull where you pull it and there's a little pin. So I just put the attachment on there, attach it back on, and it's right there. They swivel. So a lot of you, if you have different types of attachments that you sometimes have to put two carabiners on to change how the angle of attachment is, you don't have to do that with these. They're a little shorter than carabiners, but the coolest thing for me is pull the pin, it comes right off. I mean, it just makes life so much easier. I can't believe that manufacturers don't just ship everything with these, because these are a million times better than carabiners. So hopefully that made it worth your while. Even if you don't end up with the Eclipse grips, which you should, hopefully you end up with a few of these. I'll put a link to where you can get these on Amazon down below. They are not expensive, but these are a great replacement for every type of carabiner in your gym. And that, my friends, is your Fast Friday. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you next week with more videos. I'm Tim with GymCrafter.